One time.
Tell us what it's like to buy weed in Texas these days, to ingest weed. Does it feel particularly still against the law, still a prohibition state? Tell us all about the experience of marijuana down there.
Yeah, it's very different depending on which county you're in.
Sure.
I grew up in an extremely conservative, religious area just north of Houston. So Austin and that area are a night and day difference for the most part. In the time that I've been in Austin, so I moved there in 2005, probably sometime, don't quote me on this, around 2010 to 12-ish, they decriminalized it. So now it's probably a little bit more tolerated than it was then, but I don't really know what that means, to be perfectly honest, because it's all really up to the discretion of the officer if they catch you using in public or they catch you in a purchase or whatever. Well, and the purchasing thing is a totally different ballgame. If you're in possession, you can do up to 6 months for less than an ounce, or you could just get a small ticket. So that's a very wide discrepancy in personal freedom there that is really bizarre. But, you know, when I was buying illegally at 15 in the North Houston area, or as a plus 30-year-old in Austin, the environment's not entirely different. You know what I mean? It's still sketchy. You still find yourself in situations where you're like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? And you never really know what's going to happen. You take odd precautions for things like, if you're just trying to go pick up something and then take it home with you, you might put it in the trunk. You might wrap it up in a whole bunch of stuff. You might, bury it underneath groceries. Like, there's all these weird little things that you'll do because you're just afraid all the time in the back of your head. You might get caught, you might get busted. So there's this weird social anxiety that just exists across the board that not many people talk about, but it's a very palpable personal freedom problem. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Something I've even recently found out, and Texas is such a crazy place. The way people view it is that you see that we can do open carry on campus now in Austin, but yet you can't use cannabis or whatever. We have this idea that Texas is super free, kind of outlaw state, but it's actually 49th in the U.S. for personal freedoms, and Colorado is second in the U.S.
Sure.
It's a total flip-flop, and it's not just because of drug policy, but it has a whole lot to do with drug policy, and incarceration rates are insane in Texas versus many of the other states like Colorado. So that personal freedom thing's a real big issue for me. Like, I've never felt really personally at place in Texas. Here I felt immediately much freer. That social anxiety was completely removed.